Well, good morning. On September the 9th, I took a little flight around here just for fun because I haven't been flying for a while. And when I flew over the railroad tracks, I've noticed that the railroad company had deposited a lot of railroad ties beside the track, all the length, a long way, left and right, which made me think, because there was some problems lately. Oh, for years I've been thinking something terrible will be happening because the railroad in some areas was not tied down correctly anymore, and it just was awful for a long time. The sound the trains made when they went by, I was expecting a big derailment any day. So I didn't realize that the company was aware of the bad condition this track was in. So I didn't think anything with it. I just thought, okay, they will eventually do something to replace the old railroad ties with the new ones. What I didn't know is how that will happen. I thought that would take weeks. They will have to close down this only track to the Gaspésie and all these things. This is a long way to lose. And then the next day I woke up at 5 in the morning. It was still dark out, and there was some working noises, big machinery, and for 2 hours I did not really care. I was gone to the world, sleeping, but then I figured, let's take a look what's going on. When I flew over, I realized those railroad tracks had been unpacked, and there were a lot of work going on. And this video will be actually a 20 something minute video, a long video, because I flew this. I took I don't know how to say it. I thought it was so interesting how this is working that I taped the whole thing, and I almost sent it to you unedited, because there's so many hand movement and so many people involved, so many machinery. You see here, for example, is where they already had pulled out the old ties. They put the new ties under, and the machinery in front of those two who do the pulling under. There are two crane machines, who are placing the railroad ties after unopening the packages, placing them to the right for this machine to be able to pull it in. It's quite an incredible operation, and you see them placing the railroad ties. I was simply amazed of how this is planned and how this is worked out. And today is Sunday. This was yesterday was the 9th, was the Monday, and today is the Sunday. This is at 5 o'clock and starting 4 or 5 maybe. Who knows how long they went from Rimouski. And this is the speed this is going is quite amazing. And you see, this is all machinery who does the work. And now some of the quality of the pictures are probably not so good, because this, for example, is ×4 zoom, ×4 magnification. I just magnified with my double zoom. So this is ×4. You will see me go back and forth with the magnification at times. And this, well, those people know what they're doing, of course. Quite something. The organization behind it must be incredible. When you saw the video of those machines who push the ties under. You saw also behind it 4 people working. And this is the machine pulling out the old ones. And the 4 people behind it, they are collecting the hardware with which those railroad ties were tied to the wooden ties, some metal plates, and they replace it and placing the old ones on the new ones, probably for the latecomer machines and people to screw in to give this the track a hold. Quite something. Everybody knows his job, everybody knows what to do, and you see how many railroad ties it takes to do a good job. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. Here seems to be a little bit of a hole. Maybe there is some judgment in where it's needed and where it's not needed. I don't know, it's gonna go all the way. Huh. Quite something. I cut out with the turnaround. When I turned the drone, I cut this away, so you will see all of a sudden we go the other direction again, right after this one. There we go now. Now we will go towards Rimouski again. It takes so much time to turn slowly. Well, this is. I'm amazed with the system. I didn't realize that can be done in one go. To repair an old track, to get it set like this. Wow. That means those people working on these machines and in this working crew, they must be traveling a lot, because I mean you have to go all the lines for miles and miles and miles to replace this, and if one of them is fixed, then another one needs to be restarted. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, maybe this is loosening the screws on those ties. Now we turned around and yeah, this is pulling out the old ties. And this is the guy who's taking away the old ties and stapling him on the side. There will be probably some hunting going on for railroad ties lying beside the track for years, because some people use them to do home projects, building walls. I assume if you have a house right on the river, a chalet, it would be good to have a few railroad ties together to build a barrier, a wall barrier for the waves to break and so on. I've seen them use. You see the different groups of work steps they're doing there. Quite something. I guess this is a workman talking to people from the chalet down there. This must be, I would think, tying down, screwing down the. I don't know how that works. Probably it's a machine who does it, but unbelievable. I think soon we're gonna turn around again. Yeah, this is quite a costly underdoing, wow. But hey, if it keeps away tragedies like derailment and things like this, sometimes those trains going by basically right under my bedroom. They made a racket like crazy, and you could hear some bang, bang, and I assume this will be maybe going from now on much more quiet and smoother. Well, you will see now what I talked about is the 4 people behind them here. They are picking those hardware pieces that came off when he pulled out the thing and placing it back on the new ties, railroad ties. I assume to be installed or fastened later. Huh. And in the trailer probably are replacement parts if one of them is not functional or too good anymore, or missing because it got pulled away or something. Wow, this is just, I find this incredible how that works. And in reality, the speed, I mean, this is a very heavy traveled business, and it's only 2 or 3 travel trains per day, but there are at least 4 or 5 tracks of weight trains, like long trains for deliveries from oil to building material to whatever. So this is a very important lifeline for the Gaspé Peninsula. You see the things they place on there? Those are probably going to be tied in by the crew following up afterwards. Huh. Well, and other than that, they make sure that nothing is sticking out there. See how he put one back that he found there? Huh. Yeah, I find this quite intriguing system of work. And on the left side, you see this, the old discarded one. Some are discarded in areas where it's almost impossible to recover. But some of them are probably discarded in area where people will come with their trailers and load them up. Well, those are some sightseers like me. I say, oh, they actually discovered me. And they probably got woken up like me from their sleep, and they said, let's take a look what's going on down there. Ah, he probably will see now the railroad ties. The used ones, discarded ones. I'm not sure if they're actually going to come through with the train and pick up those railroad ties, because I think the railroad resells them for people who want them for products like farms and stuff like that. Well, we're getting close towards the end of this video, and I'm still find it amazing what is going on here. Those are, I assume, the work line that screws down the pieces to hold. There, this guy on the left, Alexa, stop. This guy on the left, he has, I cut it out because I surprised him having a leak. But I guess human nature is calling sometimes. So I did not want to get too close, too embarrassing close. But this must be the screw that basically ties down and screws down. Still think it's amazing. Simply amazing. Well, this is the end of it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you looked at it all, that means because you're as interested as I am in the system, how that works. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye.